Good people. Today I'm doing a video response to the rather amazing Retro Langers. He posted a video up a few days ago now about his earliest gaming memories. Fascinating topic. Really great video by Langers there, and he talked about his kind of early gaming experiences, what he can remember, the games he used to play on the Spectrum and stuff like that, and his earliest memories of it. Fantastic video. Please go and check it out. Obviously, he'll be tagged in this video, so please check his channel out, like, share, subscribe, and check that video out. So, earliest gaming memories really got me thinking quite deeply and unlocking a lot of the regressed memories. This now, I was I got into video games, exposed to video games from a very early age. I must have been 3-4 years old, looking at perhaps 1983, 84, and my first memories of video games was in the arcade, and I believe it was Stourport Arcade, local to me. And I can vividly remember being in the arcade and seeing games such as, this is probably a comprehensive list, Phoenix, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Zaxxon and Pole Position. And I can remember being so short, so small, I couldn't reach up to actually play the games. I could just about look up and see them and just, as a 3, 4, maybe 5-year-old, don't know the times how old I was, but it just blew my mind. The sounds, the feel of it, just the general ambience of the arcade as well was absolutely amazing. But I vividly remember looking up and not being big enough, tall enough to play on the arcade games. And I think possibly my dad may have picked me up one or two occasions just to kind of like press the buttons, even if it was just in the attract mode or even play a game. I can't remember, but that's my earliest kind of memory of video games, the arcade. I was born into the arcade, literally. And that's kind of where my gaming habits and what I want from a game come from. I want short, sharp, quick fun that's colourful, loud, bright, loads of fun. You don't have to think too deeply about it, and then you can just walk away and get on with your life. That's what I genuinely, fundamentally love about video games. So that was the very first kind of experience of video games. And then my first kind of home experience of gaming would have been through a Tandy, or Radio Shack if you live in America, TRS-80, the colour computer version. We inherited this from my uncle, who passed away a few years later in the 80s. And we got, me and my dad, we got into it. We started programming on it as well. I was only about 5, I think, 5, 6. And, we got a few games for it as well, all on tape. And what I really remember and really positively remember about that was the fact that Tandy was actually based in Wednesbury, again, which is quite local to me. And I've got vivid memories of going to Tandy, their HQ in Wednesbury, the big massive warehouse, big massive showroom, looking at all the computers, all the games, all the tech they had. And that was very similar to experience as the arcade. In my formative years, that just, wow, just to see all that tech on your doorstep there was amazing. I used to pick up the game boxes and stare at them endlessly, and yeah, it was amazing, absolutely amazing. It was, and the first game I can vividly remember is either looking at the box artwork endlessly, and I think we obviously had a copy at home, was Time Bandit. Now, I'll just hopefully cut to a picture of Time Bandit so you can see this cover artwork, but as a child, I used to look at this cover artwork, and it looked like a photo, even though I don't think it was. But, seeing something look like photographic in a game cover, because they're usually like badly drawn cartoons or something, was just amazing. I'd stare at that endlessly. And then I remember, I think we had a few problems loading Time Bandit off tape or something, but I do remember playing Time Bandit. That was probably the first game that I kind of remember playing at home. So yeah, that's my memories. It's been, thanks to Langers for this, it's been quite a mental journey. Kind of, I can remember that my first memories were in the arcade. What the memories of my first games were, but I had to be 100% sure that it was like an arcade where I saw them first, because, arcade games back in the day, they were in chip shops, video shops, corner shops, they were everywhere, leisure centres, but it was definitely in an arcade. And I could just hear those games now and see them. So happy times, and the lovely feel of the kind of generic cabinets back then as well. And, just looking at pictures on Google recently of the Phoenix cabinet, it didn't actually have a joystick or Space Invaders, if I remember right. It was just 2 buttons to move left and right and a fire button. I mean, yeah, how old school that? It didn't even have a joystick, crazy stuff. So those games there that I can't describe, guys, check them out. If you've not played them, give them a play. If you have played them, just let us know what you think. Have any of you got any kind of experience of the Tandy TRS-80 as well? Let me know about that. And if anybody knows kind of what happened to Tandy UK, the headquarters in Wednesbury, and the site of it, did it just become like a regular warehouse, or like, I can't honestly remember what's happened to it. They might have demolished it, I don't know. But yeah, if anyone knows anything about Tandy, its demise, and what's happened to their HQ in Wednesbury, please let me know. Okay, guys, so, you know, I've kept this, you know, fairly short and straight to the point. I'm sorry if it's a little bit quick pace, but it's been an half-hour video just rambling on. So, giving you my early game memories, my first memories, and my memories of gaming at home. I'd like to see your video responses on this, guys. It's a very, very interesting topic. And thanks to Langers for, you know, putting out a great video to kind of get me thinking about all of this. It's been quite a journey. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Stick your comments in below. VRs, that'll be awesome. In a bit.